The position of Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps was established on March 1999 by Major General John H. Thomas, Jr., Commanding General, U.S. Army Intelligence Center and Fort Huachuca. The position was formally recognized 3 months later on June 25, 1999, in the annual Hall of Fame ceremony. At this time, the official party will move to the center of the stage, where they will be joined by the saber bearer, CW3 Jeremiah Rutledge. The saber, model 1902, was adopted for wear by all officers. The brown leather knot attached to the saber represents the technical skills of the Army Warrant Officer, and the color brown represents the branch color previously worn by Army Warrant Officers. Mr. Rutledge inspects the blade to ensure that it is to standard and ready for service. Once assured the saber is to standard, he passes the saber to Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, symbolizing his completion of duties as Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps, passes the saber to Colonel Woodall. Colonel Woodall passes the saber to Mr. Basili, symbolizing his assumption of duties as Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps. Effective 9 July 2018, the undersigned hereby assumes the duties and responsibilities as Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps. Signed, David J. Basili, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps. Mr. Basili sheaths the saber, then passes the saber back to Mr. Rutledge, who will secure the saber. Ladies and gentlemen, the 7th Chief Warrant Officer of the Military Intelligence Corps, Chief Warrant Officer 5, David J. Basili.
Happy anniversary. It's cliche, but at no other time in our history has our cohort been filled with the amount of talent, drive, passion, and professionalism than in those among you ushering in the next 100 years of tactical and technical expertise for our Army. It is my promise to you that I will tirelessly work to continue improving upon the progress made by those before me, for the betterment of our cohort and for the Army. Thank you all again for attending.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Change of Responsibility ceremony. The United States Army Intelligence Center of Excellence in Fort Huachuca will now pay tribute to Chief Warrant Officer 5 Matthew R. Martin on the occasion of his retirement after 25 years of dedicated service to his country. At this time, Colonel Woodall will be joined by Mrs. Martin and Command Sergeant Major Robinson in presenting Mr. Martin with the Legion of Merit. Please remain seated for the reading of the citation. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress 20 July 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Chief Warrant Officer 5 Matthew R. Martin for exceptionally meritorious service from 1 November 2008 to 31 October 2018 while serving in positions of increasing responsibility, culminating a distinguished 25-year career as Chief Warrant Officer, United States Army Intelligence Center of Excellence, Fort Huachuca, Arizona. Chief Warrant Officer Martin's dedication to duty, outstanding leadership, and extraordinary vision created strategic improvements in Army Intelligence Force structure, doctrine, and training, all designed to support warfighting commanders and the operational force. His selfless service and dedicated leadership contributed immeasurably to individual and unit successes in peacetime and during combat operations. Colonel Woodall will now present Mr. Martin a certificate of retirement that reads, "To all who shall see these presents greetings. This is to certify Chief Warrant Officer 5 Matthew R. Martin, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Army on the 31st day of December 2018. Signed, General Mark A. Milley, United States Army Chief of Staff." Colonel Woodall will now present CW5 Martin a certificate from the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. For service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Matthew R. Martin, I extend to you my personal thanks and the sincere appreciation of our grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during a critical time in its history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of the military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you served. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future. Signed, Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. On Friday, 6 July, Mrs. Martin received the Golden Rose Award. Today, she is being presented a certificate of appreciation for her years of support to her husband, Matthew. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Woodall will now present Mr. Martin his retirement flag, which was flown over the United States Army Intelligence Center of Excellence headquarters on 6 July 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, in appreciation for his contribution to the Army and its mission, the men and women of the United States Army are proud to have served with Chief Warrant Officer 5 Matthew R. Martin and assure him he will always be a valued member of the Army family. We wish him and his family every success in their future endeavors.
I had no intention of becoming an intel professional, nor making this a career. But, the Army has a way of getting a hold of you. And frankly, I had intentions of being an airborne medic. I had my eyes set on that. I had an older brother that was in the Army that gave me great insight and great wisdom. I pushed for an airborne contract that would never come to fruition. I was then treated by a poorly orchestrated good cop, bad cop routine by some professional recruiters at our MEP station, which I'm sure a lot of you can appreciate. That actually left me somewhat bamboozled and not in that medical field. But I enlisted as an intelligence analyst with an airborne Ranger contract. Perhaps they knew something that I did not, but yet the rest is history.
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more.
No, I'm not.
Beat your boots, Ranger.